I have got a minute here, so I'm just gonna be practicing my cut. So I figured I will just let you in on like a session of how I practice. I know there's a lot of guys out here who've been saying like they want to start scratching. I'm 37 years old. I'd say I've been trying to scratch for, I don't know, 15, 20 years, but it's never been good. Like, I've never been good. Sorry, I gotta check this. All right, we good? Sorry. I just wanted to get this up so I can see y'all. It's gonna die though, but we good. So, there we go. Perfect. That's cool, y'all. I've never seen myself. Introducing myself. So first things first, make sure you're liking. Smash that thumbs up button if you want to see more content like this. Every time I talk about doing a session like this, people love it. So make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Drop some comments, and we're going to get right into the cuts. So essentially, when I'm practicing myself, I have a list, right? I work with a DMC champion. His name is Vet, sickest scratcher that I know. Like, I don't know anyone else as sick as him. And I've been scratching for a long time. Like, I've been trying to learn how to scratch for, I don't know, 20 years, as long as I've been DJing. But I've never been good. Like, I've never been any good at all until I went and got myself a coach. Like, I work with a DMC champion. Like, he's a guy in Canada who scratches. I got myself a coach because he knows what I'm doing wrong. Like, I could sit here and try and practice this list, but without his help, I still wouldn't know what's going on. So when I start practicing, I have a specific list right here, and this is the only thing that I practice. I don't practice everything. I don't practice my crabs. I don't practice double click flares if it's not on the list, like it is, so I don't want to say that. But I practice only what's on the list. So I'm going to go through this list. I'm going to do them with you, and I'm going to show you like how I practice. So the first thing up is the military scratch combo, and I'm doing it right now. Like, I have my tempos here. I have my goals. I have how fast I can do it, when I'm doing it. So right now I'm doing it at a current tempo of 170 BPM, and my goal tempo, like the final boss of this, is 180 BPM. So I'm almost done the military scratch forever. Like, I've almost mastered it. Once you've checked it off on here, you've mastered it. So that's a way that you can always track your progress. If you're trying to learn a skill, you have to have like a measurement. You gotta have something that you can like say, this is the goal and this is where I'm going to. So let me show you that before you guys get bored and jump off. So right here, I just got a metronome running, and it's at 130. So there we go. That's 180. So I'm doing my militaries this fast. This is going to blow a lot of your guys' mind. Let's get myself a scratch sample out. So this is all I'm doing when I'm practicing. I got a metronome at a BPM, and then I start doing my military scratch. So let's go. And you just do this. Even when I started talking to you guys, I got confused and I lost myself. He said, like, what he told me is that's the final level. The next level is you do it blindfolded, and then the final level is you do it when you're talking to somebody. But essentially, all you're doing for this is it's just a baby combination. So it's a stab, but you're pulling it back. So what that is a stab, but it's still your baby. If you didn't do that movement, it'd be... But you're using the fader to cut it off, so... And that's all getting better is. It's just getting faster. When you're doing it slow, it might not sound very cool, but the faster you get, and that's the way that you learn, is you like just very slowly, gradually increase your speed over and over and over again. It's like if you were learning how to play basketball, you just like, you've never played basketball before, you're just like you get the ball, you get a pass, and you just go up there and you slam dunk it. No, like first you're gonna learn how to dribble. You're just gonna like learn how to dribble the ball. And like right now, do me a favor. We got 50 people on here, 2 likes. Just smash the thumbs up button if you like this. This is like serious skills that I'm teaching you. Like the ultimate. Like I'm not pulling no punches here. This is how you learn something. So I'm gonna show you this, the military scratch, very slow, and then you can kind of see how you would increase. But make sure you're smashing that thumbs up. So this is at 90 BPM, a very like slow tempo, easy tempo. I see some comments. I'll answer you very shortly. I'm just going to show you 90 BPM, very slow. This is where you start, and then I'll show you fast again. This is where you end. So slow. And this is something I can talk. I even couldn't talk during that, so I'm not that proficient that speed. But that's where you want to start. You want to start very slow. And then you just get faster. Oh, messed up. And that's all you're doing. You're just going slow and then fast. And as you get faster, it's going to sound a lot cooler. And then once you start getting like double time in a BPM, that's when you're going to sound sick. But it's not because you're like going crazy. No, you're doing a movement, one single movement, like you're doing that military scratch on beat and fast. And that's why it sounds sick. 130 is fast, man. Clean cuts. Yeah, like honestly, 100 is like when I'm scratching on 100 BPM beat, like some hip hop beat, that's kind of my flow. Like that's where I sound nice and I have like a good flow. But I can't, like when I start trying to do double time at 100 BPM, it sounds very sloppy and not good. But it's because I haven't built the bridge up there. I'll show you like, I can't play beats because I'll get cut off, but let me put a 100 BPM trainer on. So that's just 100 BPM. That's just like a single flare on a one beat note, but I can do it at double time, just not at 100. I have it at like 90 BPM double time right now, but not at 100. And you'll see when I do this here, you'll see. I almost had it for the video, almost. But that is like the, I have them right here, one click flares. That's the goal tempo is 100 double time. So like you're maxed out. If you're double timing at 100 BPM on like your single click flares, you're done. That's the final boss. But for most guys, like you can't do it that clean, that fast, because we're not there. But at 80, I can double all day on like 80 BPM and pitch. Like once you start adding that pitch variation in, that's where you can kind of like add your flavor. So like this is a problem that one of my best friends, he's the Anthem King. They just literally won Best Remixers of the Year. Shout out to Anthem Kings. But he was always scratching before me, and I think his problem is that he doesn't master scratches. He doesn't spend the time to make them like to literally dial it in at that speed. Instead, he's trying to do it at the fastest. Like he's trying to double time triplets or double time what are they called? Twiddles. He's trying to double time twiddles, but he hasn't spent the time to like master the twiddle yet. So it starts falling off and losing its speed. For an absolute beginner, bro, like doing the transformer simple, man. This is like one of the hardest things that it took for me to learn, but now it's very simple, man. Just learn, do your baby, have your baby. Even you can do them like way slower. Let me drop this down to like 70. Just, that's all you gotta do, man. 4 clicks forward. Quicker there, I started losing that 4th click. So you want to go like as far as you can until you get comfortable. Like as far as you can kind of go here. So I know right there, that's kind of my maximum. I got to figure out what that is BPM wise. It's probably like 102. That's 106. That's my maximum on transformers. And the only way to get better is to like very gradually increase and get better. So like what you want to figure is out what's the tempo you can do it at right now, probably 60. And then just do 4. Or you could even, like, if you want to make it even easier, maybe just do 2-click transforms. You don't have to overthink this at all. Like, figure out what scratch you're trying to do, first off. Like, understand what scratch you're trying to do, and then you drill it. Like if you were learning how to play basketball, as I just said, you don't just get on the court and then go slam dunk. You learn how to dribble. You spend like 4 weeks just learning how to dribble the basketball. So whatever scratch it is, like if it's the transformer, very simply, don't even put a beat on. If the beat is gonna mess you up, don't even put the beat on, just work on the movement. So all it is a baby scratch. You do your baby scratch, master that. Like don't even add the crossfader in yet. And then once you got the baby scratch, it's a 4-click transform. Or you can do 2-click or 3-click. I would recommend 4-click just because like that's the hardest one. It's very easy to like start losing clicks after. Just start with an easy 4-click. 1, 2, 3. I got my needle here, sorry. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then for me to get better, like for me to get quicker, is all I have to do is just keep inching up the beat. So I'm at 106 right now. It's kind of my maximum. If I want to get better, I'd probably go to like 110 and then slowly start clicking. But there is a point. He did tell me that there is a point that like you can't do a scratch faster than that. So this is where he's kind of putting me. He's giving me goals that I need to get to because they're attainable by me. And they are. Like within 1 year, I've probably learned with him 10 years of experience. Like it would have took me 10 years of practicing and he just kind of condensed it into like 1 year. Let me check these combos here. Yeah, 100, 110, transformer, the fader hand. Yeah, so like if it's your fader hand, like all you need to do is just, you want to loop on, obviously. Let me see if I can do this here. No, oh, loop. I can't do a tiny loop. Oh, there we go. Break it down. Like if you can't do the fader movement, remove this hand. still sounds cool. Like, still sounds cool. But on the first things, like a lot of guys have taught me, is record hand is first and foremost. Like, before you start worrying about transformers or anything, you worry about your record control. Which I thought, as we all do, like, we want to do these crazy crabs. We want to do the crab scratch, but we don't know how to crawl yet, and we're trying to be out here running Usain Bolt around people. It's not how it's gonna work. Like, you gotta practice your baby scratch first and foremost. Different variations of, yeah. So I do that in my private course. I can't do it on YouTube because it's all locked out. Like, I can't play music or like acapellas. I can't really do that. Just because I try and get monetized. But if you need stuff like that, I have it in my course, private members group. We got mad fire, like, for DJs, the best course you can join. I promise you that. But yeah, I'll just show you guys another couple scratches because we kind of got detoured with questions. But I love questions. My baby's gone and I got some time to cut. So the next one would just be like, the next things he's got for me to do is, they're all like flare scratch combos. So I'll just show you them all, but they all link together because they're all like just either a chirp or a flare. So you got your 2 chirp, 1 flare. That's the 2 chirp, 1 flare, and then he's got me on the chirp, flare, flare. Eventually it becomes like your hand is just kind of like you dead hand it. This took me, like, this is the hardest part. I'm essentially done with all of these, and it's just like eventually it just becomes this like thing that I'm just doing. I don't have to think about it. So it's a chirp, flare, flare. And it, like, the magic is that they're all 8 notes. They turn out to be 8 notes. So within a bar, you're gonna have these here. They all fit in 1 bar, so you can kind of link these up, and they're 6. So if I link that, pretty cool, man. And it's all the same, like, it's just the same scratch in different patterns. Like, they're just rearranged different ways, but it's still the same scratch, which is sick, man. It's sick because you're learning like one thing, but really you're learning like 3, 4 things all at the same time. Reverse scratch? That's a great question because I haven't mastered that yet. Not what I've done. Like, I'm a guy. I am the guy that I'm telling you not to be. I have not mastered the fundamentals. I got decent baby scratches, but I don't have like my tears down. I should be able to do tears before I'm doing all this crazy stuff with the crossfader. But I'm a guy just like you guys. Like, I thought it would be best to learn these crazy scratches first, but in reality, it held me back so far. Because now, like, I'm just going back to these very basic scratches and learning them all over again. But, like, I'm learning it to a point where I don't have to think about it anymore. So it's definitely raised all of my game. Like, everywhere has raised up. But it's like learning these very basic things, which is a reverse scratch. So reverse scratch would be... See? It's terrible, terrible. Like, first off, you'd want a beat on. Let's put it to like 100. I can only kind of do it at that one pace. I'm going to slow it down a little bit. So for me, like, as a beginner, I'd probably start That was me just trying to show off, which was terrible. I would start here like 70. Let's go 70. This is what you would actually do. Like, you just do one bar forever. And this is it. If you want to master this scratch, this is what you do. Then you gotta stand there and look as bored as I am, but that's the only way. Like, if you want to learn this scratch, that's what you gotta do. You gotta stand here for, and they say like 10,000 hours. Spend 10,000 hours doing that. Obviously, you don't gotta spend that much time, but like, for you to become a proficient scratcher, you gotta put some hours behind this. Just doing that movement over and over and over on beat. Very important is on beat. Yeah, bro, like that was it for me. When COVID hit, I was like, I'm not DJing anymore. I'm not doing anything. So what am I doing? So I decided that I was going to learn how to scratch. So for like 2 years in COVID, I bought the courses and stuff, and they didn't really, like, I was learning a little bit, but then I finally went and booked a coach. Like, I booked Vecht. He's a 7-time world DMC champion. He taught me like this. Like, within 1 year, I started with him like last June-ish. And it's just been like, I've learned with him, like, for 8 sessions, I've learned what it would have took me 10 years for me to learn on my own. So I think that should be it. I gotta start practicing now. As much as I love you guys, shout out, leave, smash that thumbs up button. I love you guys. I'll see you soon.